I got some damn bitches I can call. What's that? I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'm a ball till the day I fall. I'm on that good cushion alcohol. I got some damn bitches I can call. What's that? I don't know what I would do without y'all. I'm a ball till the day I fall.
I like beer.
Till the day I fall.
I know it's hard to admit it that you found love. It's hard to stay in it, but he's better than anyone I've seen you with before. It's true love, don't fake it. You better not, you better not. It's right here, don't waste it. You better not, you better not.
Can we forget about the things I said when I was drunk? I didn't mean to call you that. I can't remember what we said or what you threw at me. Please tell me, please
But they were ready for it, I guess. Well, we wondered if they were, and the way that they...
Sleeping with the clothes on, came through the window last night.
You because when the sun shines, we shine together. Told you I'll be here forever. Said I'll always be your friend. You can stand under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, eh, eh, eh. Under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, eh, eh, eh. Under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, eh, eh, eh. Under my umbrella. Ella, Ella, eh, 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 eh.
Lifestyle for the rich and the famous. They're always complaining, always complaining. If money is such a problem, well, they got mansions. Think we should rob them. Lifestyle for the rich and the famous. We'll take clothes, cash, cars, and homes. Just stop complaining. If money is such a problem, well, they got mansions. Think we should rob them.
Shake your money maker. Like you were shaking that for some paper. Took your mama 9 months to make ya. Might as well shake what your mama gave ya. You looking good in them jeans. I bet you look even better with me in between. I keep my mind on my money, money on my mind. But you's a hell of a distraction when you shake your behind.
Just like nicotine, heroin, morphine. Suddenly I'm a fiend and you all I need, all I need. Yeah, yeah, all I need is you, baby.
got my AP going psycho. Lil' mama bad like Michael. Can't really trust nobody with all this jewelry on you. My roof look like a no-show. Got diamonds by the polo. Come with the Tony. I just for clubs and all the pictures. Know you're mine. Hands on your body. I don't wanna waste no time. I can't look away. I just gotta say. And I'm like, whoa, man, my legs so goddamn cold. Diamonds when my cheeks are slow. I gon' always let it go. I just let you know you're.
It's my dick in a box. My dick in a box, baby. It's my dick in a box. My dick in a box, girl. I'm gonna get you a house in the hills. A girl like you needs something real. Wanna get you something from the heart. Something special. It's my dick in a box.
Babe, don't make a sound. 2 a.m. love, gotta keep it down. Don't wait around for a signal now. Give me some verb, I ain't talking now. You wanna ride in the 6, you wanna dine in the 6. But when I lean for the kiss, you said I'll probably send you some pics. And I'm like, hell no, we're waiting too long. Hell no, I want that cruel love. Hell no, we're waiting too long. Hell no, I want that cruel love. Body on my losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my finding all my innocence. Yeah, body on my losing all my innocence. Yeah, body on my finding all my innocence.
Hello, everybody. Sorry, we're having a little bit of a late go here. Just getting some lineups and stuff like that all taken care of. Trying to nail down one last stream for the night. It's definitely been some fun getting all that done. I hope everybody's having a good night so far. Here we go. Here we go. Just bear with me. I'm almost done with some stuff that I'm doing here. Again, I apologize, guys. It's definitely been a crazy second round for just about everybody involved. So the adjustment to the new accelerated playoffs is definitely an adjustment. There we go. Only one more, and there it is. Sweet.
How would you like to die today, motherfucker? No.
All right. We may not have a stream for the LA game, the LA and Minnesota Wild, or not Minnesota Wild, I apologize about that. Los Angeles Kings and Anaheim Ducks is one we may not have one for. So,
Nice to meet you where you been. I could show you incredible things. Magic, madness, heaven, sin. Saw you there and I thought, oh my god, look at that face. You look like my next mistake. Love's a game, wanna play. So it's gonna be forever, or it's gonna go down in flames. You can tell me when it's over, if the high was worth the pain. Got a long list of ex-lovers, they'll tell you I'm insane. But I got a blank space, baby. And I'll write your name. I got 99 problems.
here we go. Okay.
If you wanna go and take a ride with me, better hit me, baby, one more time. Paint a picture for you.
Let me see. See if I can thumb through. See if there's anybody that may have been streaming in the other games that's in the lineups tonight. Doesn't look like I'm seeing anybody. We are about 1 minute away from tip-off here. We can go ahead and take a look at the current standings here. In round 2, Minnesota Wild ended up winning both games last night against the Nashville Predators. The Predators were a 1 seed. Minnesota Wild are the 3 seed. The Kings and Anaheim Ducks last night, Kings 1 seed, Ducks 2 seed, ended up splitting last night 1-1. The Carolina Hurricanes and Maple Leafs were unable to play last night, so Carolina Hurricanes ended up getting 2 forfeit wins. I have heard that there may be something going on with that. I'm not exactly certain, so I don't really want to speak too much about that and stuff like that, as I am not certain, and I wasn't like necessarily there when the conversations were happening. The Buffalo Sabres last night, the 2 seed, and Philadelphia Flyers 4 seed. The Sabres ended up going up 2-0 on the Philadelphia Flyers last night. Unfortunately, I had a first row seat to both of those games. I can't say they were especially fun for me. And then I do believe Llama will be going live soon. And if anybody does come across the LA and Jesus, I'm already spacing. LA Anaheim streams, please let me know, and I can end up getting that stream in and up. Oh, and I have one. All right, cool. Here we go. Everybody coming in clutch at the very end, getting the streams in. I really do appreciate it. Here we go. And then I do know Llama said he will be streaming tonight. Here we go. All right, so we're going to end up having some good matchups tonight. It looks like the only one may not, we know for a fact will not be ending tonight, and that series is going to be the LA Kings and Anaheim Ducks. So that series is split 1-1 right now. The others are 2-0. Again, Minnesota up 2-0 over Nashville. LA Anaheim split 1-1. We have Philadelphia and Buffalo. That series is in favor 2-0 for Buffalo. And then again, Carolina is up 2-0 over Toronto right now. So oh, Lava's killing me. There we go. Okay, we may have one switch. Oh, not what I meant to do. Really? This is what we're doing? Okay. Why is that not wanting to work? Just gonna end up pulling him up. Go. All right.
Welcome back to EA Sports. Beautiful night for hockey. He's Ray Ferraro. I'm James Cebulski. Let's get it going tonight.
All right, here we go, guys. It looks like we've got both games starting. Nashville is going to be starting the game off with a penalty. I do believe it was a late line submission for the playoffs. Okay, yeah, and I just got confirmation that Llama will be streaming. So we will, in fact, have all the games playing tonight.
Opening face-off just moments away.
And then we have Anaheim and LA dropping off in the bottom right. Toronto and Carolina bottom left. Nashville, Minnesota top right. And Philadelphia, Buffalo will be top left of the screen.
Looks to pass it to Chow. Los Angeles looks to
Oh, did we? Okay. They may have had to make a substitute for their line. Carolina, or not Carolina, Nashville. So that would probably explain the second penalty that we just ended up seeing. I know, like I said again, I know they had to end up taking one for submitting lines late. But with something I had mentioned in the other streams as well, is that with these accelerated playoffs, it's definitely going to end up straining people's availability, teams' availability, getting their players in the lineup. Unfortunately, it's something that's going on, and everybody's doing their best to end up being able to actually just play the games. So, and we have a goal by Minnesota on the top right. Who's that? Freak Psycho? Oh, no, it was waived. Okay. Yeah, okay. For the lineups, we can go ahead and we have puck drop on Carolina. The lines that were submitted for the Nashville-Minnesota game is, okay, Minnesota at left wing, Teglia, center Jayco, right wing, it's Freak Psycho, left D, Exotic, right D, Oreo, and the goalie Akira. That's the game in the top right. Nashville's line is left wing, King Patmo, center the Don, right wing, the Chaz, left D, Lurkin, right D, Chris M, and goalie Cruelty. Okay, we got a big save on the bottom left. Carolina's goalie, who is... Can't believe... Oh, Mr. Dangles. All right. So the line for the LA Kings and Anaheim game in the bottom right. LA, left wing Tatius, center Frank Howells, right wing Chowda, left D, third Nip, right D, Dex, and goalie Evoke, the guy with all the hardware. For Anaheim, we have left wing Webby, center Billy, right wing Silent Soldier. Left D for game one is going to be It's Prosy. Right D is going to be Scotty's, and their goalie Frosty Brew. For Carolina and Toronto matchup, who we have for Toronto is Obi-Wan's at left wing, Jay Whips center, Moonrocks at right wing, left D, Only Blue, right D, Pinpib, and goalie Indian Swag. For Carolina, at left wing, we have EDP Big Juice. At center, we have LTD. And at right wing, Gato. Mr. Crazy Clint is the left D. And right D is going to be Bettered. And their goalie is Mr. Dangles. And it does look like Nashville was able to end up getting out of that bad spot with the 5-on-3. It looks like it's a 4-on-4 now. We have a delayed penalty. It looks like drawn by Toronto. Carolina's going to go on the power play. Flying Camel, I do believe, is Pen Pib. If you didn't end up seeing the regular season stats, he was one of the guys taken in the very first RA draft. And in that time, I want to say in like 10 games, he was like in second, third in hits for Demon. Guy puts like the body on 10 to 12 times a game. Guy's absolutely crazy with it. Oh. Then I'm just sitting there looking at the play button. Okay, the lineups for Philadelphia and Buffalo. Philadelphia, we're going to have Keono, also known as Ling Ling, at left wing, Lost in the Sauce at center, Bobby Bobette right wing, Llama, or Angelic Llama, I almost called him his nickname, Angelic Llama at left D, and we have Issa Lindell at right D, Jesus, and King Memil at goalie. For Buffalo, we have Ace at left wing, Wilksy 13 at center, Fancy Duck at right wing, P. Clements left D, Fancy at right D, and Captain Morgan in the net. It's crazy how the music that's in each year's like menus and stuff will end up doing that for you. Just takes you back to that 1 year of like either Madden, 2K, NHL. Oh, we have a goal in the bottom left. Looks like EDP Big Juice, assisted by Gato. Oh, I nearly forgot. I want to give a big shout out to Mama Solo Dolo and the Solo Dolo family that's watching right now. I got you. Yep. Akira knows. And then we have the Philadelphia Flyers Buffalo Sabres game that's going to be dropping off shortly. Nashville, Minnesota 0-0, as well as LA Kings and Anaheim. That LA Anaheim series is really, really tight. Like I said, that was the only series that was split yesterday. And then perhaps the big shocker of round one was Toronto upsetting first place Washington with an absolutely crazy goal with I think it was 18 seconds left. Stomp scored it in Game 7. Just crazy. Game all tied up. Looked like it was going to overtime, and he just buries the series winner. And then we do have LA Kings and the Ducks. Looks like they're going into the second period, all tied up. Oh, we have a goal in the top right. Looks like Nashville. Not exactly certain who Breakout is. I'm going to assume that might have been the Dawn. I'm not sure. I ended up missing it. I just saw it at the end. Unfortunately, that's one of the things that happens with one set of eyes on a multi-stream. I only have 2 eyes, and there's 4 games going. Oh, big shot, big rebound, and another big save. Mr. Dangles is just putting in some work for Carolina right now. 2 huge saves for him right there. Nashville, Minnesota, 1-1. And then we are having puck drop for Philadelphia and Buffalo. Looks like Philadelphia may have to be taking a penalty. Yep. So Q ended up taking that. Big save by Akira in the top right with 6.3 seconds left in the tied game. Oh, is that going to be a goal? Bottom left for Carolina. Looks like LTD. The pass primary from Big Juice and secondary from Gato. Carolina, Toronto has 1 minute left in the first period. You can't count Toronto out, especially when they have the firepower that they have with Obi and Moonrocks at wing. Just really, really, those guys can turn it on and score a hat trick in about 2 minutes. Into the first, we have Nashville and Minnesota tied 1-1. Big save by Evoke, bottom right, off that big 1T. I want to say that was Silent Soldier with the big 1T. You're going to have to work pretty hard, move the puck around pretty well to end up getting past Evoke. Oh, big block on that 1T. Big save. Dex with getting the puck out. Doesn't look like they were able to get the breakout. Anaheim ended up... Oh, oh no, Chowder with the take. And it does trickle back out of the zone. At the top left, we have Buffalo ended up pushing. Looks like a wrap. Oh, couldn't quite get the wrap. Q pushing it back up ice. Philadelphia was able to kill that penalty. Big shot by Q. Looks like Captain Morgan with the save there. Oh, bottom right. I look away for 1 second. We got a big goal by Chowder. Unassisted. Yeah, cheers to Solo Dolo family. Hope you guys are enjoying second round of playoffs games 3 and 4. And then we got Frank Owls with another goal on the bottom right. LA up 2-0 on Anaheim right now. Chowder with the secondary. Looks like LA is definitely wanting to take that that series lead. Oh, a couple of big hits there by LA. That LA trap is... They didn't start it, but it definitely seems like they've gotten pretty good at perfecting it. It does look like we're going to have a penalty on Anaheim's left D. Looks like it's Prosy. Big save by King Memil, top left. Nashville, Minnesota still tied up at 1-1 apiece. 14 minutes remaining in the second period. Does anybody think any of these series are going to end up going 7? Because if I had it my way, all these series would end up going to Game 7. And we'd need to have at least like 3 or 4 overtime games in each series. Oh, Starcore. Hey there, buddy. Cheering on the Canes. I'm pretty sure, Starcore, you're on the Canes, right? Oh, no. Did we have a lag out in the bottom right? Does look like we did. And Kiwono. Big goal in the top left. Looks like Bobby Bobette with the primary and Llama with the secondary. LB, as he's also known. Yeah, Sonny. I don't know, man. We saw 3 that went to Game 7 last series. Whoa, Oreo crunching 2 guys. Getting a boarding for one of them. I guess they got a freebie on one. Let's see if Minnesota's going to be able to end up killing off that penalty. We got Buffalo. Big 1T from the point. Memil, big save, and another save off the rebound. Almost looked like there might have been a trip there, but does not appear to be the case. Got Buffalo on the rush now. Rimming it along the boards for the entry. Oh, big block by Lost in the Sauce there. Ends up floating its way through and onto goal. Mimo with the cover. Oh, big shot. Just going wide in the top right for Nashville. While they're on the 15 seconds left on the power play. See if they can get one more before it ends real quick. Oh, Akira saving the wraparound attempt. Oh yeah, it was Gaines. That was a great one. Anaheim looking like ooh, turned it over in the neutral zone. Is real dangerous against King Patmo. The way he forechecks and plays that neutral zone is dangerous. Q, Lost, and Bobby on the 2-on-3. Yep. Good defense there by Buffalo. Able to break it up and break up the breakout, and then send it back down for the attack on the other end of the ice. Does look like we're going to have a penalty against Nashville. Looks like Eilerkin. Oh, with the trip. I am very guilty of the LB penalties. Oh, what happened there? Oh, just ran out of time. There was a good point shot there on the top left right as time expired. Looks like it might have had a chance to go in if only there were, you know, 0.1, 0.2 more seconds. Then we got a big save in the bottom left by Mr. Dangles. Dangles just playing out of his mind right now. Just an absolute stud back there for Carolina. Toronto definitely looking to get something going here. What is that? 9 minutes left in the second. They have so much time though. Basically half the game. Knowing Obi, having played with him on Arizona with making the Eastern Conference Finals last season, there's no quitting that guy. There he is. Speak of the devil, ended up breaking up the rush by Carolina there. Obi with the centering pass over to Moonrocks. Shot just went wide. Moonrocks carrying it back in. Another centering pass broke up there. And then there he is. J-Whips with the cleanup duty in front of the net. The shutout is over for Mr. Dangles. Now we still have a tied game. Top right corner, Nashville, Minnesota. Nashville, oh, big shot by Jayco. Just goes wide of the net. Oh. Almost looked like we might have had a little breakaway there for a second. And Minnesota able to rally there and cut it off. End of the period, top right corner. Looks like we're going to... Oh, it's Chaz that we have playing in the net. I was under the impression that they might have to end up changing their lineup because of availability issues. Oh, what a breakup there by Issa Lindell. Looked like, who was it, the right wing for Buffalo? Fancy. Looked like he had a clean walk on the goalie, and then Issa was able to recover and get that stick in. Yeah, going back to Nashville, I guess that's why they had to take that second penalty for having a player playing out of position there. Unfortunately, that's one of the things that we thought that might be possible, might happen with the accelerated playoffs, like availability and stuff like that becoming an issue, like people not being available, like because instead of like playing 3 nights, you could potentially end up playing like what 1, 2. You could end up playing 4 or 5 nights potentially, depending on how the rounds of the playoff end up going. And unfortunately, not everybody's able to do that. Like people have personal lives, work lives, stuff like that. And we'll just have to see how this ends up going. Big hit by LB Llama on the top left. Oh, looks like we're going to have a power play for Anaheim. Okay, so I guess it was the Kings that ended up lagging out there. Oh, do we have another goal by Big Juice in the bottom left? We do, with 8.5 seconds left in the second. Big Juice scored the goal. Clint had the primary. I think maybe Gato had the secondary. I did not catch exactly who it was for the secondary. I apologize. Big Juice is having himself a game. Not exactly sure what's going on with Anaheim. I assume that they're getting the clock back down to where it was when the lag out occurred. Q with the dump on the top left. Buffalo on the power play. You're gonna have a very good night if you're on the penalty kill against Buffalo a lot. Big block there by Llama. Good clear by Lost. Got the action going back on the top right as well. Nashville and Anaheim. Third period still tied 1-1. Larkin carrying it in. Looks like throwing it up along the net. The boards. Oh my jeez. One of those nights. Big shot just goes wide for Buffalo there. Looks like Ace was the one that shot and went wide. Oh, what a pass down inside. Llama with the body bumping off the puck. Oh no, what a save by King Meadmill. Just shutting off and closing the door on Fancy Duck. What a save. Oh, was it Spring? I'm definitely glad I got people in chat that end up letting me know some of the things I end up missing. Another big save by King Meadmill. And it does look like that's what was going on, running the clock back to where the lag out occurred. Got Gatto, pass up to LTD, and it does look like the center for Toronto took a penalty. Looks like J-Whips, the guy that scored the Toronto's only goal so far, was the one that took the pin. Q breaking it up at the blue line, getting it back out on the rush. And Buffalo right there, so good in the neutral zone. Big point shot from Dex. Can't make it through the clutter. And we do have a penalty. It's going to be against Anaheim in the bottom right. Looks like Ducky. Bobby with a good solid back check there. Top left. Oh, big block. I couldn't tell if that was Bobby or Llama that got the block on that shot in front of the net. Oh, my geez. What happened there? Oh, end of the period. 2-0 breakaway for Philadelphia. Just ran out of time. It's heartbreaking. You end up getting a good turnover. End up getting a good turnover, good breakout. You get on the rush. There's no demon there, and then time just expires. Breaks your heart every single time. Do we have a goal? Bottom right? Oh, no. Looks like another penalty. 5-on-3 against LA. That is not where you want to be. Tatius pinned up against the board. Frank Howell cycling the D, third nip, and Dex. Then he got a big clapper there from Tatius over there on the left wing. Got Nashville and Minnesota still 1-1 with 9:40 left in the game. Chaz, I know he's not normally a center. At least that isn't really what he plays in 6HL, but he is in net tonight for Nashville. Philadelphia just all over Buffalo right now. Doing a really good job in the forechecking and then hanging around and forcing turnovers in that neutral zone there. Gatto with a pass to LTD. Looks like it's broken up by only Blue. Trying to pass it up. Does not look like he's going to be able to connect, and there will be... Nope, no icing. Okay. Oh, we had a goal called off for goalie interference by Buffalo. This Minnesota-Nashville game is really grindy. Nashville on the rush, broken up. Looks like Jayco. Looked like I tried to do an Omaha there. Got blocked. Shot from the point, blocked. King Patmo trying to center, unable to find. Yeah, the penalties. Oh, and we got another goal. Is that LTD? Yep, LTD assisted by Gatto, primary, secondary, Big Juice. Big Juice is having himself a great game. Carolina as a whole having himself a great game. About 45 seconds left on the power play for Buffalo. And then we have a big goal in the bottom right by Chowder. And a goal on the top right as well. Right wing for Minnesota is It's Freak Psycho. Minnesota with 3 minutes left, breaking it up. Primary assist, Taglia for Minnesota. Oh, another goal for Carolina. Looks like LTD, was it on the deflection? Oh, Buffalo right there. I think it was it Ace? Yeah, had an open net and just sent it wide. Then Jayco's Breadman. I'll have to remember that for the next game. Yeah, sometimes the player, I end up knowing who they are, but their EA SHL player names kind of throw me off sometimes. Anaheim just having trouble getting into the zone there. As we talked about that great, was that Dex coming over at the end? Cutting off, well, time was expiring as well. Nashville was, big shot. Big save by Akira. The Dawn, ooh. Nashville just trying to get those shots on net. They get one or two here and there, and then it does look like we're going to have a penalty there on Nashville. So Nashville looks like they've killed 100% on the penalty kill tonight. Oh, we had a Omaha top left that almost got through, but it was a big block. Oh no. Looks like is it Bobby? Yeah, it looks like Bobby may have lagged out for Philadelphia. It's unfortunate. You never like seeing any big lag outs. Big save by King Memil. 3:15 left in the third. Philadelphia up 1-0. Minnesota looks like they're going to win 2-1. That big goal by It's Freak Psycho with 3 minutes left turned out to be the game winner. So it does look like Minnesota is going to go up 3-0 over Nashville in the series. Philadelphia is going to be on the power play. Looks like a slasher interference by Duck. Minnesota. Here you go, Sonny.
Los Angeles boasting a 3-0 lead here in this one.
Yeah, it looks like a couple of teams are having a little bit of a rough night though tonight.
Hold of the puck against the boards. Here they are on the attack. To his teammate. And that's blocked away. Shot attempt completely fails off.
2 minutes left in the third. Buffalo, Philadelphia, a 1-0 game. Looks like Bobby's compy is just absolutely laying the body up there. God, what's that? Like 4 hits in like a 5-second period. Okay, that time it was lost in the sauce. 53 seconds left. Oh, big turnover there at the blue line. Q and Lost in the Sauce were able to end up corralling it and getting it back. No harm, no foul there. Oh, we got Wilksy. Big shot on net. Big save by King Memill. Does look like Carolina ended up winning 6-1 over Toronto. And it does look like Buffalo's going to go ahead and take their timeout here. Yeah. What was that? Game 6 and 7. Q running the defensive enforcer at left wing. The AI is learning. Everybody be afraid. Yeah, that was just crazy. Huge 6'6" goon out there running around. Oh, we do have a turnover. Oh, big poke from behind. I think that might have been Lost in the Sauce with a back check. Oh, and another one. Fancy Duck unable to get the clean shot off. Big poke by Lost. Just trying to generate and get anything on net that they can right now. 10 seconds left. Oh my goodness, big save by Memill. Oh, the sliding save with 7 seconds left. Oh my goodness. That King Memill with like a 20-shot save shutout. Oh my goodness gracious, man. Those saves there at the end were absolutely insane. Insane. I cannot believe that. What a performance. What a performance by King Memill. Did you just see that, Sonny? Those saves at the end were mind-boggling. It bottled my mind. Oh, 18 save? I knew it was at the pause it was like 17. So I took a little guess there. Yeah, King Memill playing out of his mind. That sliding save though there at the end. I know that all they saw was all that open net, and then all of a sudden it just shut. Oh, big poke there, bottom right. LA Anaheim, they were the only series that split last night. Does appear Frank Howell's on the break, and he buries it. Frosty Brew in a tough situation there. Never like seeing your goalie staring down breakouts or breakaways. Backhand beauty. And it does look like we lost our Nashville stream. Sure, he'll end up having it back on. I'll check the lines again real quick. Pretty sure Akira's in both games tonight.
And they get the puck out of the danger zone. Great read with the stick. And he denied that opportunity. Sends it over to McCarr. Los Angeles gets the puck near the boards. Right in front of the net. He scores.
Oh, big goal. Conway. Looks like Webby. Ducky on the primary and Nero on the secondary. I know Nero is it's prosy. Anaheim playing for pride, trying to keep that score a little more respectable.
Possession here in the open ice. Up the neutral zone now. The Kings carry it along the wall. Moves the puck down low. Quick feed down low. And he can't get it off. And that's intercepted in the defense.
Oh, looks like we're going to have a 2-on-1. Oh, we're going to have an open... Oh, Evoke just slamming the door. Evoke is not having it. And I do believe that's going to end up finishing the game for LA and Anaheim. So it does look like LA is going to be up 2-1 in the series now against Anaheim. Here we go. Now, do we have Carolina and Toronto matching up again already? Oh, it does look like we do. So game 4 with Carolina up 3-0 on Toronto. Let's see if this was Vegas, what do you guys think the odds would be for a reverse sweep here? Toronto just ripping off the next 4. Like 10,000 to 1. Toronto should get a lot of credit though. I know they were fighting through availability issues yesterday, and then I know they have players that were affected by both hurricanes, I believe. I know they definitely were by the one that went through the east coast of Canada. So just thankful that pretty much everybody in the league that was affected in those areas in Florida and Canada are doing all right. I know Torn Hillbilly was one of those people that were pretty much right in the path initially. And glad to hear that he's doing well in OK as well. We want nothing but the best things for all of our 6HL players. Gatto with a long pass over. Oh, shut down. Oh, big stick lift. Oh, just wasn't able to get the centering pass over for a shot on net. Definitely glad to hear that, Springer. Definitely glad you didn't lose any power or anything like that. Like, you end up seeing those videos of, like, what was it? Fort Myers, Florida? Like, the water is, like, coming up to the second floor of people's homes. Big shot by Big Juice, blocked there by J-Whips. And we got a goal! Obi! That guy's got wheels, man. He's got wheels and he's got thumbs. Deadly, deadly combination. Looks like J-Whips with the secondary. I did not catch who the primary was. But you let Obi have like time and space to where he can get his speed. He's gonna hurt you. He's gonna hurt you real, real bad. Oh, I don't see how people live in Florida or like like in the Gulf Coast with all those hurricanes. Like, I live in Oklahoma. Like, we have tornadoes all the time and stuff like that. But you generally have like a good idea, like the the forecasters and everything let you know, like, hey, today's a potential day for, you know, the sky opening up and ripping everything you love and know out into the heaven. Big pass and big shot. J whips to Moonrocks for the 1T. Yeah, I can just hear it right now. Obi, after that first game, just letting everybody know we are not getting swept. And they're playing like they are not going to get swept. 2-0 up on Carolina. Yeah, I don't know how people live there. Like flooding and stuff like that, no thank you, man. Looks like J-Whips and Moonrocks have been getting some Kim since that first game. Big stick lift there by Only Blue. Oh, big shot there. Indian swag staying short side with the big glove there. Does look like Nashville, Minnesota is going to be dropping soon. They have matched up. 10 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first period. Down on the bottom left. Gatto with a pass over to... Who was that? Jeez. Big Juice. Need to end up updating. I am not... Here, let me see. Skillsy. Okay, Skillsy's that right wing. Let me update that. That way I'm calling out the correct people for their awesomeness. Okay, we got Lurkin. Yep. Okay, it looks like everything else is correct. Yeah, well, like tornadoes, like the May 3rd tornado that we had that went through OKC, it was a mile wide. So it was like just like a, and it went right over I-35, which is right in the OKC metro. And like as you're going down I-35, like everything's fine, and then it's just a mile wide stretch of just like a whole bunch of rubble on everything flattened, trees ripped out, stripped bare. Absolutely crazy. But with like hurricanes, they're so massive, you know, and the flooding is terrible. Another big pass by J-Whips to Moonrocks. Wow. Obi with the secondary. They've got something going right there. Getting it out to the center. And then Moonrocks, yeah, it looks like Moonrocks is sitting in front of the goalie. And whenever J-Whips gets it, he's just kicking out far side. And the D-man isn't able to cover the space when he does that. They've been able to do that for 2 or 3 goals now. Toronto up 3-0. LTD slicing down the center. Able to get a shot off at a big save. Oh, Swag with another save. Right there in the slot in front of his net. I don't know how it got through the other Carolina player in Toronto D-man, but what a save. We got a breakaway Minnesota. Big save Chaz. Looks like Teglia was the one that had that breakaway opportunity. Just wasn't able to beat Chaz there. Oh, okay, they're starting to get wise to the Moonrock 1Ts now. Legend, yeah, this is in the Xbox League. Looks like Frank Howes immediately with a goal for LA. Chowder with the primary assist. I apologize, I'm not familiar with who they are. If anybody does know, feel free to let me know in chat. Yeah, not having a basement's definitely worrying whenever stuff like that ends up going on. But I've lived in Oklahoma my whole life, so like I'm used to. The only time we really pay attention to the weather is if they let us know there might be a thunderstorm. Oh, big shot there by Minnesota. Another big save by Chaz.
The Mighty Ducks win the draw.
Nashville coming out playing like they don't want to get swept either.
Flips the puck into the corner of the offensive zone. Moves it to Cabaret. And that's off a stick.
Big save by Evoke.
By Kidd.
Oh, it was the right wing for Nash. Skillsy. Skillsy looked like if he could have just hung onto that puck, he would have had a clear walk-in on the goalie there. Looks like it just hit his stick and behind the backboards behind the net. Stuff like that's just heartbreaking and unfortunate, man. You're right there, you see the space, you see you have a clear path, and then you just can't reel it in. Nice pick there by Lost in the Sauce there, top left. Oh, a tripping left D for Minnesota.
Slides the puck down low. Forces the turnover in the defensive zone.
Looks like Exotic. Yeah, Exotic shooter taking the trip. Nashville, let's see if they can end up getting 2-0. 2-0 lead with this power play opportunity they have here. At least maybe get a fighting chance to end up clawing back into this series. Oh, Lost in the Sauce, a big stick lift there. Not able to do anything with it. Oh, did we have another goal? Did I miss it? Oh, looks like an interference penalty. That's unfortunate. Looks like we're going to have a 4-on-4 for a minute and a half on the top right. Then Tatius, good forecheck there, causing the turnover and getting another shot on net. I ended up missing Carolina's goal. I apologize about that, Carolina. Okay, Martinique is third nip. Thank you, Halo. I appreciate you, buddy. Your team's on fire tonight, man. Okay, is Big Juice. Man, Juice has been having himself a heck of a playoffs. Like, I know he had a great first round, and then he's starting it off again tonight with games 3 and 4. And we have Moonrocks with another goal. Fuck. What's that, 4 goals? 4 goals for Moonrocks. And we got a tripping penalty on Wilksy. That's not very Wilksy-like. I don't think I've seen that guy take maybe 1 or 2 penalties ever. Minnesota on the rush. Oh, he almost got the pass through. What an attempt, man. Teglia just right there in front of the net, just not able to get it in. Exotic shooter breaking it up on the 2-on-2 rush. King Patmo. Oh, what a save, Akira. King Patmo got him to bite a little bit. Backhanded it short side. Akira just able to get a little bit of toe on there. That Moon with his pokes. Akira is definitely having himself a game so far. Oh, we got another penalty. Left D for Anaheim. Looks like left D in this game, game 4 for Anaheim is tie. So tie with the tripping penalty there. Power play for LA Kings are already up 2-0. They lead the series 2-1. They split last night 1-1. Looks like LA wants to get this 3-1 commanding lead. Oh, we have end of the period top right. Always gets me. I'm looking somewhere else. They show the highlights at the end of the period. I'll see a goal happening out of the corner of my eye. Gets me every time. Well, yeah, it's like a hot potato. They played bad last game. It's you guys' turn to play bad this game. You know, spread the wealth. Sharing is caring, Springer. Oh, looks like Frank on the rush ends up slowing it down. I don't know how that got through. Big save by Frosty Brew. Looks like Scotty's taking a little bit of offense to it. Helping, I think it might have been, I'm not sure who it was, but he was wiping off somebody's visor for him. Into the first, we have Philadelphia up 1-0 on Buffalo. Oh, this passes by Nashville. They just keep, they're almost there. Just barely off, just like a little bit. Like they have the opportunity and the chances. The players are there with space. It's just the passes are either a little bit behind or a little bit in front. Just having a hard time. Toronto up 5-1. Looks like I got a good cycle by Toronto right here. Oh, whips with the wrap attempt. Big save there by Mr. Dangles. There we go. Into the first period. LA, Anaheim. LA up 2. Frank Howes with both goals. Oh. Oh, we got Gatto, bottom left, with a goal. Looks like Bedard and LTD. LTD with the primary, Bedard with the secondary. See if Carolina can't like claw their way back in this game a little bit. It's only 8 minutes left in the second. They've got plenty of time. 3 goals is not insurmountable. Oh, Minnesota. It's Freak Psycho trying to get fancy there with the spinning backhand. Almost got Chaz to bite, but he stayed home. Big save, Chaz. "13 minutes left in the second period in the Philadelphia-Buffalo game. Scores 1-0. Buffalo won game 1 and 2 to go up 2-0. Philadelphia ended up winning game 3 1-0. King Mimil had an 18-save shutout in game 3. Absolutely insane game. Nice break up there by Issa Lindell on the left. Oh, big save there by Frosty Brew. Oh, a lot of traffic there on the top left in front of Buffalo's goalie. Captain Morgan. I don't know why I can't remember Captain Morgan. I have to keep cheating and looking at my little sheet. Oh, Buffalo with the rush. Nice break up by Llama. LB. Up. Tatius trying to center the pass there in the bottom right. Unable to. Frank Alves with the pickup. Chowder. Oh, left D-man for Anaheim. What was it? Ty ended up getting the stick lift on him. Dex pushing it out for the rush. Oh, almost was able to get a shot off there. Oh, there it is. Tatius with the 1T. I know he likes to say that people with a truck have no thumbs, but all he's got is pushing up on the right stick with his gold 1T. I'm kidding. He's really good on the forecheck. He's good at putting pressure on the defense and causing those turnovers and holding the line in that LA Kings trap. Just a little friendly shade. Nashville, Minnesota still 1-0. Oh, I missed the second goal for Philadelphia. Watching the action down in the bottom right. Oh, big save by Chaz. Rebound, no shot yet. Wrap attempt, another save by Chaz. Oh, big poke. Top left. And we got another goal. Chowder on the bottom right. Frankhau's with the primary and only assist. That guy's having him a night. Oh, what a shot. Top right. Skillsy. Oh, not Skillsy. I apologize. King Patmo. Sniped him. Top shelf. Nashville up 2-0. They're not ready to. They're not going to be swept. That's what they said. Like, all right, we're coming out. We're going to win game 4. This is not happening. Philadelphia on the power play, top left. About 45 seconds left. Was there another? Okay, we got Ducky. Bottom right for Anaheim. Billy with the goal. Bring it 4-2. Lots of time for all these games to end up getting tied up. Third period starting. 5-2. Toronto over Carolina. You got a full period. If you get a goal quickly here, then you have... Oh, what a rebound goal for Buffalo, top left. Those are heartbreakers. You get the shot, you kick the leg out, and then it just bounces all the way back up into the slot for another shot. I believe it was Fancy Duck there with the goal for Buffalo, bringing them, cutting the deficit back down to 1. 2 minutes left in the second. Oh, diving save, or by Pinpib. Not save, but block. Oh, big poke there by third nip. Oh, no, I guess that was Dex. I wish the Kings would let people have the blue line a little more than they do. They're greedy with it. It's not fun playing them. Just hold that blue line, smother any offensive attempts you get. And there we go. Big goal by Gatto, cutting the lead to 2. Looks like LTD had the assists on that. We're going to have a power play for LA on the bottom right. Right D-man for Anaheim. Scotty was the one that took the penalty there. Yeah, you're not going to have a good time. Kings don't. They run that trap so well. They hold the blue line so well. And if you just compound it with taking pins, you're straight up not going to have a good time. They make you work hard enough as is. You don't need to go and help them by taking penalties. Looks like third nip on the break. Oh, his shot and rims out. He had the goalie beat. It just hits the post and out. That's brutal and heartbreaking. Thanks for the follow, King Swarko. Definitely appreciate you. I want all the D-man goals. I want them all. That's why I feel bad for third nip there. You get that one chance where you're all by yourself with the goalie, and you get a good shot on it. It just hits the post. It's heartbreaking. Your stomach sinks every time. Minnesota with some pressure on Nashville. Looks like they're trying to get back in this game. 13 minutes left in the third on the top right. We got a little under 10 minutes left in Carolina-Toronto, bottom left. And then the third period is about to start here in a few minutes or seconds for LA-Anaheim. We got 17 minutes left in the Philadelphia-Buffalo series. Just to recap for everybody, LA leads the series right now 2-1 over Anaheim. Minnesota leads the series 3-0 over Nashville. Philadelphia is down 1-2 against Buffalo. And Carolina is up 3-0 over Toronto. Halo wanted with his gambling widgets. I thought we had, or when I say we, I thought you had set him up, but I don't know what happened to him. I'm not that tech savvy yet. That's one of the things I'm going to end up spending a lot of the off season doing, is working on getting different things and options for the streams. We're all not naturally gifted like you had me at Halo. Oh, Minnesota with a shot on net and another off the rebound. Chaz with the cover. Big saves. Oh, we got Bobby Bobette with a big goal top left. Unassisted. Oh, there it is. What looked like off the face-off there. Ooh, big centering pass for Anaheim in front of the net. Just wasn't able to connect on it. I'm not sure if third nip or Dex ended up stick lifting, but that puck just sailed straight across. Big shot, big save by Evoke. Evoke's one of those goalies you're gonna have to make a move if you even want a chance of getting one in on him most of the time. Like even then, you're gonna be hard pressed to score. There's a reason that guy has 3 cups. He's so good at staying short side. That and just picking up and remembering everybody's tendencies. Guy puts a lot of work in net. I appreciate you, Halo. Oh, Wilksy with the attempted wrap just ends up floating and dying in front of the net there. Lost passing to Bobby. Oh, short shot. Not able to get anything through. A big shot by Dex. Goes off of the goalie's pads. There we go. Big break up by Ty in the bottom left corner for Anaheim. Ending the pressure by the Kings temporarily. And then we do have Toronto winning game 4. So that series will be 1-3 in Carolina's favor. And we got another goal by Anaheim. Looks like Silent Soldier. Assisted by, I think, Billy and secondary Scotty's the right D. And we got another goal top left. Lost in the sauce. Primary Kiono. Secondary, was that Bobby? And Minnesota, 30 seconds left on the power play. 3 minutes left in the third. And we got Frank Owls not wanting to let Anaheim get back in this game. I'm assuming Dex is Seth Slavkovsky. Am I right, Halo? Slavkovsky is Dex. Oh, Minnesota with a big goal. Was that on a 5-on-3? Looks like it was just about to expire too. Had about 5 seconds left on that 5-on-3. That's a huge goal because now they still have a person in the box for Nashville. Nashville trying to end up and coming out to end the series with a sweep here. 2-2 with 2:43 left. Minnesota on the power play for another minute 30 seconds. Big keep there by Ty with the pass over to Silent Soldier. Gets a shot off on Evoke, but Evoke's there. Read it. Big save. No, not that one. Pin. There we go. We got Philadelphia up 4-1 on Buffalo with almost 4 minutes left. Plenty of time to get some goals and get some momentum back in. And we have a goal, bottom right. Looks like Billy with the goal. It was a beautiful pass up front. What a great pass. LA 5, Anaheim 4. Got just about 5 minutes left in the third. Bottom left, we have Nashville, Minnesota, all tied up. 40 seconds left on the power play. There's 42 seconds left in the third. Big cover by Chaz. Nashville just trying to end up killing this penalty, and in this period trying to get into overtime here. .245 left in the third on the bottom right. Dex carrying it. Centering pass over to Tatius. It was picked off by Ty. And then Tatius was able to get the stick lift back up and keep the puck again. Big poke check by Ty. There's Tatius again. Frankow's behind the net. Tatius right there with him. Try to pass it back out to the point. Oh, we got a goal in the top. Fancy Duck with his 1T. His gosh dang 1T. That guy. 11 seconds left in the game. Third nip over to Dex. Dex tries to throw it on net. Big block there by the left wing. Looks like it was Webby. Looks like LA is going to have a power play. Oh, almost a wrap behind the net there. In the bottom left, Akira was able to end up covering it. Oh, a big block and pass up to Billy. It's third nip. Yep, third nip was able to get back. .16 seconds left. Unless we have something crazy happen. Looks like LA will end up going out to a 3-1 lead. And we have Philadelphia winning in the top of the screen. They were down 2-0 to start tonight, and then they ended up winning both to end up tying this series. Way to go, Flyers. Those are my boys. 4.6 seconds left. I ended up missing the Minnesota goal. Oh my goodness gracious. I feel so bad for that now. 1 second left with an empty net. And Minnesota ends up sweeping Nashville. .3 seconds left. Last shot. Oh, wasn't able to get the shot off his stick. And LA ends up going out to a 3-1 lead. So we only had one sweep in the second round. Minnesota ended up sweeping Nashville. Philadelphia was able to battle back. I miswrote something somewhere. Anyway, LA ends up going up a 3-1 lead. They split with Anaheim yesterday 1-1. Like I said, Philadelphia lost both yesterday to Buffalo. They were able to win both tonight. Minnesota with the sweep over Nashville. Toronto ended up forfeiting against Carolina both games yesterday. Carolina won the first game. I want to say it was like 5-1, 6-1, something like that. And then Toronto ended up coming out and returning the favor. So that series is at 3-1 as well. So we are at least going to have 3 games tomorrow. All of them can end up ending tomorrow, obviously. Tomorrow is Saturday. Can you tell it's been a long week? Monday is when the series will pick up. And Monday we'll have games 5, 6, and 7. So it's definitely going to be a great night. We'll end up finding who's going to end up making the conference finals. And I definitely look forward to seeing everybody there. I want to thank everybody that streamed the game, everybody that dropped by, and everybody that took part in the games tonight. that is going to end up doing it for us tonight. And I look forward to there will be a stream Monday. I believe I may play Game 5. If that's the case, it'll be like it was the other night. As soon as I end Game 5, I'll end up getting the streams for 6 and 7 if any of the series do end up going to Game 6 or 7. But thanks for everybody for stopping by, and I hope you all have a great night and a great weekend.
Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anymore.
Is mayonnaise an instrument? I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset over the cars so lonely.
Cause it feels like stealing hearts, calling your name from the crowd.
butterflies you give me, your venom kiss me. Miss I Betty, so gullible. Now your piano plays me Ray-Do. Sang you in one go. Fake smile, but it's too wonderful. Of all guitar chords you could have picked, strumming softly to sheet music. Nor the crash from your cymbal hits. Knew you beat me with every kick. No more mysteries inside your eyes. Ancient histories of you and I. Wind up back there every time. Yeah, yeah,